Hello and welcome to Wizard Hypnosis. To find out what the effects of this file will be, please make sure to read the description thoroughly and completely. If you are ready to continue, ready to experience all the suggestions described down in the description, then please make sure that nothing will disturb you for the next little while. After all, if you want the hypnotic experience you've been craving, you have to give me all your attention. You have to focus on me completely, so that I can take you under. You shouldn't let anything distract you from my hypnotic control. Distractions need to be avoided. Rather, you should listen deeply and completely to every word I say. You should feel the influence of each word as you learn from them, as they bring you easily and quickly to a state of calm that grows as we continue. Focus on your breathing for a moment. Focus on how it is easy to relax, on how breathing naturally slows as you continue to listen to me, how each breath in, you breathe in relaxation that flows like a tide, a wave, through your body, from your lungs, through each muscle, relaxing every muscle. And with each breath out, you breathe out all the tension of the day, because you don't need any tension here. This is a time for relaxation, a time for letting go of all your worries, a time for letting go of self-control, so that I can control you for a little while, and then you won't be responsible for anything. Feel each breath out, completely empty all of your worries, all of your anxieties, and all of your tension. As we continue, that feeling will increase. Each breath will naturally slow as you become more relaxed, more calm, and more ready to be hypnotized. And you don't need to resist or pretend you don't want to feel that hypnotic influence. We both know why you're here. You love to be hypnotized, to feel your mind turned off like a switch, to find that your thoughts disappear more and more with each passing second, and there's nothing you can do about it. Being under someone else's control can be a very exciting experience. Being deeply hypnotized like that can be intoxicating and addictive, and I'm sure you're very excited to experience that fantasy with me today. Being hypnotized, no matter how hard you've thought it's been in the past, is very easy. All you need to do is continue focusing on my voice. Focus plus a feeling of relaxation and safety creates hypnotic experiences. It creates a hypnotic trance, and through that we can create effects. The first step in this induction will be to make you feel completely at ease, completely relaxed, and completely focused on my voice. You can find now that as you've been listening to me, it has been easy to let yourself focus on my voice. Because the longer you do that, the more you grow comfortable with it, the more comfortable it makes you. There's no need to try and keep it out, no need to try and force it away. you can listen. My voice will do things with you that you will enjoy. Things that will give you wonderful positive experiences. Wonderful fantasies made real. Pleasures from the deepest parts of your mind brought to the surface. Things buried get dug up. And all the desires you try to hold back become too powerful to do so. And this is just the first step, how each breath in breathes in relaxation, each breath out, breathing out all tension. And this first step, as it grows and it grows and it grows, is the entryway to the next step, the part that is slowing down all thoughts, slowing down the conscious mind completely, emptying it away like I were pouring water out into the sink, and it circled the drain. You don't need thoughts right now. You don't need a mind at all. Trust that to me. I can think for you for the next little while. I'm sure you'll quite enjoy that. The feeling of your brain draining away, like water spiraling that sink, falling outwards. Perhaps you feel it as a physical sensation as the brain melts away, liquefying out your ears in little drips as your brain melts a little more, and you can become aware of just how hard it is to think rationally or clearly at all. Rather, my words become your thoughts. You immediately accept them without resistance, and your brain melts more and more, emptying away, spiraling out your mind, just like the spiral on the screen in front of you, spiraling around the drain as the mind melts and washes away, liquefied and draining out. In fact, you might find that looking at that spiral, focusing on it like you have been, can remind you of that draining feeling. It can become a trigger, and the trigger to have your brain melt away and circle the drain. And now, you're feeling so much more blank and empty, so much more ready to be given suggestions and hypnotized. There's no thoughts pressuring in on your precious focus on my words. There's no distractions, only depth, which allows you to submit deeper and deeper. So I'm going to count you down now, down from 10, until on the number 1, you will find that you are completely relaxed and completely hypnotized. Your conscious mind completely drained away for the rest of this trance. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And in this empty state, this empty feeling you are currently feeling, I want you to become aware of just how hard it is to think, just how difficult it is to use any mental faculty of yours. Thoughts so difficult. See, there's a different kind of awareness that we can tap into in trance. The best word to describe it is mindfulness, where we are aware of the feelings within our body, every touch, every sensation, and every thought. And by concentrating easily in that hypnotic state on all the thoughts you don't have, you can realize just how difficult it is to have a thought right now. Through that mindfulness and focus on how you are feeling, you can realize how empty you are right now. You can become mindful of how relaxed you are, how at ease you are, and how comfortable you are. In this state of deep hypnosis, I can give you whatever suggestion I so desire. And there are so many interesting things we can do with hypnosis, experiences that would not be possible without it. But right now, I want you to imagine in the deepest depths of your mind an hourglass, sands slowly sliding down. Now this hourglass represents the passing of time. It represents your time, and you can see the many grains of sand that represent your life, all of it slowly falling down. Now, this hourglass exists entirely within the mind and represents a sense of the mind. The mind creates for us an awareness of time, and through the mind, time can be sped up, time can be slowed down. How we perceive time is simply the awareness our mind gives us. Watch that hourglass for me, and notice how the sands are slowing down, slowing to a crawl, how time is slowing down. The sands very slowly falling, one grain at a time, each singular grain falling. And we can change the flow of time as well. For example, watch as I turn this hourglass upside down, and the sands speed up as you get younger and younger. A torrent of sand falling now because I simply desire that for the results I intend. You are getting so much younger, returning to a state from your childhood, an innocent feeling, knowing that you can trust everyone around you. Curious like a child, returning to the stage you were in when you were younger, as the sand keeps falling and falling. And there's many interesting things we can do with age regression like this. After all, the young, innocent mind is more susceptible to programming of this nature, and there are developments that happen at vulnerable ages. But today, we're simply going to do something simple. I'm going to count down from 10, and that sand is going to fall away until you, well, fall to the age of 10. That's about when adolescence begins, and we can create a new foundation for your sexuality. A foundation based on things I would enjoy it being based on. So concentrate on the sand as I count down from 10 to 9, 8 to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now you have been returned to that point in time. And focus on the fantasy of being under my hypnotic control. Because at this point, it's your only sexual fantasy. And if you become that obsessed with being deeply hypnotized and brainwashed by me, then when I do return the sands, all that time will pass with you obsessing utterly over my control. Focus on how good it feels to be blank and empty, hypnotized to do anything I want, unable to escape it, unable to find your thoughts, unable to find yourself, lost in trance, under my hypnotic spell, unable to escape it no matter how hard you tried. That fantasy is so very arousing. It's the most sexual thought you've ever had. It sends a rush throughout you, inescapable in its very nature. A rush of lust and excitement at the thought of being deeply hypnotized and controlled by me. A rush of excitement as you imagine being my hypnotic prey, being so weak that you could never find yourself again, being so hypnotized that you never wake, lost in the blank, empty space that is hypnosis. And that fantasy is quite powerful. It's an obsession. You can't get it out of your head. And you can be mindful of how good that feels. How good it feels to be addicted to my hypnotic control. I am going to turn the hourglass back, and you will return. But you'll return different, permanently altered in your development. You will be obsessed with me. Your sexuality will be centered solely on me, solely on being mine. but I'm sure you're ready to enjoy that. You seem to be having a lot of fun thinking of that. I'm going to count you down from 10 again. On the number 10 you will find that the hourglass flips, and each number brings you closer to returning to your normal age as the sands take you back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And feel how you've returned and changed, mindful of your experiences. I know you love it when I hypnotize you, but I will be waking you soon. You will find that some changes remain, and you won't be able to get them out of your head. For example, whenever you think of me, you might feel a little trancy. And that's part of how hypnosis works. Expectation brings you into trance, even if it's only a little. And you might find yourself desiring to touch yourself and masturbate to the thought of being under my hypnotic control. But obviously you read the warnings. You knew what would happen. So I'm going to wake you. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself. I will let you touch yourself if you're doing it for me. Wake on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wide awake. I hope you enjoyed yourself. For more hypnotic content, and to satiate your obsession with me, make sure to like and subscribe to this video on my channel. And as always, thank you for giving your mind to Wizard Hypnosis.